Hello. The message for today coming through is about allowing and going with the flow. And I'm sure this has been said before by me at some point, and I know it's been said before in a lot of other places by a lot of others as well. Yet, again, it bears repeating. Allowing and going with the flow. It really is one of the key aspects to not only enjoying this journey more, but also opening up and allowing the highest possibilities that can flow to and through and from you and as you, allowing those highest possibilities to be free, allowing them the freedom to be and become and manifest and expand. And a key part of this is allowing and going with the flow. And a lot of the allowing is just letting things be as they are right now without feeling the need to make something happen or force something or take action just for the sake of taking action. Because when you do that, when we do that, and I certainly have done and still do it myself to some degree, when we start trying to make things happen because we believe or perceive that we should be doing something towards whatever it is that we want to make happen, so to speak, or because we observe that whatever it is that we desire is not in our physical manifestation, in our physical presence right now, then we feel like we need to be doing more to make it happen. And yeah, when we do that, we're stepping out of the place of being, the state of being, of openness and receptiveness, harmony, that actually allows what we desire to come to us more easily, more harmoniously, more joyfully. And so it's kind of a counterproductive. It's also kind of a paradox, at least from the perception of the mind, the way that it's been conditioned by most of the current society and culture that we live in, wherein having to be busy, having to be working towards or at something is kind of ingrained and programmed into us from, well, basically since birth, because our parents have generally inherited it as well from their parents and so on. So we have taken on that energy as well, for the most part. Some of us may have been blessed not to, yet most of us have taken on that energy, those perceptions and beliefs. And so moving out of that and relaxing out of that is maybe a better word for it, can take some practice and intention and even a measure of discipline. Although not discipline at making something happen or making that happen. It's more the devotion is maybe a better word, a commitment to letting the need or the urge or the compulsion, the perception that we have to be doing something to make whatever it is that we want happen or manifest it, to relax and let that go and be in a space of openness and allowing instead. where we still have the intentions, the desires, the vision for whatever it is that we may desire and want, yet we're not trying to force it into being by doing something that we think or believe that we should do, or that has to be done right now in order to make this thing happen, or in order to make us feel that we're even worthy of having it, because there's this ingrained belief that if we haven't worked extremely hard for something, then we don't deserve it. And that's another big aspect of this kind of conditioning that we've mostly grown up with. And this is something to be reframed, adjusted, released from a new perspective. And when we allow this, it can be very beneficial and helpful. And then from that, we can allow ourselves to be more in the flow and go with the flow, which is the other phrase, the other expression that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Because when we're allowing and when we're relaxed, we're not pushing, we're not forcing as much, and therefore we're not being distracted by that pushing and forcing. And therefore we are not only open and receptive to whatever it is that wants to flow into our lives, wants to come into our lives, we're also more open and allowing for us to be in the flow and moving towards it and having it move towards us. Because in truth, it's already here and we're already there, wherever there is. We're there in the space of having whatever it is and being, experiencing, enjoying whatever it is that we currently envision or desire. Because beyond the perception of the linear time is the now of the one, where everything already exists and has been created and exists in potential. And when we are more open and relaxed and receptive while still having a vision, an intention of what it is that we would like to experience and receive and enjoy, then we are more able to allow ourselves to be in the flow. And then when the inspiration comes to us to take an action or do something or move or step back and allow or shift our focus or maintain our focus on what it is already focused on, when we are coming from that place of inner guidance and inspiration and allowing and being open and enjoying the process, and also being happy and grateful for where we are in that very moment and in every moment, then we are in the flow and we are moving with the way the energies of us, the universal energies, the divine, are moving and flowing. We're able to go with them. And just by us having the vision, the intention, the desire for something, when we have that and can feel ourselves in the space and the place, the energy of already having received it, then it is automatically moved out of just potential, so to speak, and it is moving towards us and is coming into experience, expression, being on the physical plane, if it's a physical object or item or thing, or it's coming into being in our consciousness, our awareness, our state of being, if it is on that level. Wherever it is, whatever it is, wherever its energy is in the entire spectrum of creation and being, it is being manifested, it is coalescing, coming into being, and it is flowing towards us, or into us rather, and we are flowing into it. And when we are open and allowing and receptive, as well as having and holding and being in the energy of already having it and being it, then this creates a far more harmonious and flowing, easy way for it, whatever it is, and us to come together and be realized where we have it in our experience, and it exists in our experience. So just allowing and going with the flow is not only more effective at creating and also co-creating, when very often we can co-create with others. And of course, we're all co-creating with the universe, the divine source, whatever you want to call it. Then it becomes a much more harmonious and flowing and enjoyable experience. And of course, we already have the vision and the joy that we can and will experience when our intention, our desire is made fully manifest in our experience. And all of this comes together in divine timing, in divine harmony, in divine perfection. And allowing and going with the flow is a key part of that. And it's a lot more fun than pushing and forcing and struggling and striving. Just allowing and going with the flow feels a lot better. I'll see you next time. Love you.